plump petunia.
Picked my
Popped the pepper up my pussy.
pervy Peter. Plumped my plims.
Goofy Garrett. Gave a gecko a ghastly green.
Randy Roger. Rogered Randy. Randily.
Tasted Tanya. Took my titties and took her.
I'd like to see that version of the King's Speech.
Repeat after me.
Tan-
Wet Willie went wonky with Werther's original.
Hello and welcome back to Boys Gone Wild. The boys have gone and now they're back again. This is the longest break we've had. 2 weeks. The only break we've had since starting after a 55 week. It's the end of the Invincibles. It is a loss. It is a 55-week unbeaten streak of not always doing the best consistently, but average content consistently is what we do best.
Sometimes to build an empire, you have to destroy the foundations.
Exactly. You've got to just turn up every week. And then we lost the last 2 weeks. There was some people who were upset about it.
Were there?
I got some messages.
I didn't get any, which is, you know.
I was kind of wanting a bit more.
I was expecting nations around, parts around the nation to be sunk.
I thought in the global newsrooms you'd see different cities in third world countries on fire.
Whatever happened to Gould and Kerwin?
Whatever happened to Gould and Kerwin? And I was expecting calls from leaders begging us to get back on the airways so they can just at least try and control the population.
If not an economic slump, at least a national morale slump is what I was expecting.
But no, I try to rest my mind, recharge, learn something about myself.
Did it work?
Well, I guess I did. Because it when you go away with, you know, when I went away with the side of the family who I like very much, and none of them are narcissists at all, and they all just kind of fulfill their lives through, you know, healthy means,
good impassioned work,
good work, you know, good food,
good
simple
food,
pleasures,
good walks, just being an all-round good person, seeing the world. They make you feel
shit. They don't even have social media.
Yeah,
my cousins don't. And now I realise this is lovely, but this is not me. I don't like this at all. I need to get back out there.
You need to get out there.
I need to get out there as soon.
So you didn't feel bad that you're in a family who are capable of living a wholesome life.
A wholesome life,
and that you didn't ache for that desire.
No, I tried.
Just thought, I need to get the heck out of there.
I tried my best to try and ignore as much social media as possible. I was like, I need to get back out there. I looked out at the waves on the Pembrokeshire coast in Wales. Sun was going down. It was tranquil and peaceful, and I thought I just need to. I need to get back. I need to get back in it. This is not me. I can't stand these fucking people with their kind of genuine questions. It's like, what do you want from me?
Beautiful sunsets are a time for reflection. It doesn't necessarily. You can have any kind of realization that you want. There's no such thing as a wrong realization as a sunset, even if it's that you need to get the fuck away from the sunset. Even if you think I need to murder that guy or something.
Well, you think it could be wrong, not just negative, it can be just completely off the mark.
It could be anything. But if it's happening by a sunset, it's legitimate. That seems to be the, you know.
So you can stare up at, and then just be like, maybe Pluto is a planet. And it's like,
oh, okay. No, because it's... Once you try and deny the realizations and the feelings that come with it when you're looking at a sunset, having a good think.
That's true.
You can't deny that. So who's to say Pluto isn't a planet in that moment?
Why? Yeah.
The tougher thing is taking it out into the real life after.
The reason why sunsets, it's a window of truth because it lasts a proper sunset max an hour and a half.
Max an hour, and you're stretching it there.
Stretching like a
proper
proper
sunset.
I was going to
say I'm a bit of a sunset purist. I'd say 15 minutes.
15. Okay.
Look,
let's go with 15.
I'm fed up of all of these.
Let's go with 15. I don't want to start with an argument.
Not again.
Let's go with 15. You have a 15-minute window where every realization you have is right.
Correct.
And as soon as the sun disappears over the horizon...
Well, then it's like a hangover.
Then you're like, what
was I just thinking?
You're sat there, the sun's going down, and you can...
I think I might move to Greece.
That's right.
That's
Isn't
fantastic.
That true? That's
What?
a great. And
My
then
God. And if you're, God forbid, if you're sharing that sunset with someone else and you verbalize these things, because then you've got some awkward conversations.
Exactly.
To have.
Yeah. Oh God, you don't. That's the thing. That's why it needs to be in your own head. That's why if you're ever looking, enjoying a moment with
I
the
think
sunset,
I might start wearing cravats.
then the sun goes down.
And the sun goes down, and you're left with the person you just shared that to.
Exactly. I think I might start wearing like an Indian headdress. You know, Native American.
That sounds like a great idea, pal. I'll join you. And then both of us start wearing Indian headdress and cravats in order to not kind of shit on the other person's sunset.
Yeah, exactly.
Sunset realizations. I just felt bad saying the word. We haven't done this for 2 weeks now. I just felt bad saying the word shit for a minute.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, am I allowed to say that?
On this podcast, anything goes. We're the crazy podcast. We're the wild boys who, you know, the establishment is out to get us, but soon we will become one of them.
But it won't stop us for now.
How have you been?
I've been very busy.
Yeah?
I've been very busy.
Yeah, because the last time because it was part. I've had holidays back to back. I did one with you, and then I left. What happened when I left?
What happened when you left? I came back to London and got back to work.
Got back to the grind and hustle.
Got back to the grind, doing what I love. Not doing it for the money, doing it for the passion, for the dedication.
Love of the game. Love
for
of the
the
game.
people of the UK, you know.
Yeah. Andrew does financial crime for the love of the game. That's what they say. That's what his write-up says. He does it for the love of the game.
When was the last time financial crime affected you? The viewer, the listener. Yeah, that's right. You can thank me for that.
I don't know. So, sorry, I didn't know. If
I'm saying I'm preventing it. Stop.
Okay, I really didn't know where. That was one of those weird rhetoricals. I wanted to go with you, but
exactly.
I didn't know.
Yeah, because I'm operating on different levels. It's a financial crime game. Try and keep up.
You're looking for a new job.
Absolutely. Not that happy there. If anyone's listening and wants to hire me, let's talk. We can talk.
Let's talk.
I know it's not great. It's pretty boring. I've been doing the same thing for about a year.
I mean, we might have had. I mean, it's all documented. I think there was we saw on the podcast when you stopped liking the job, and that was ages ago.
That was a long time ago.
So now is it reaching a slightly better stage where you forgot what like life was like before, where it's like you had the realization this is shit, but it's been shit for so long.
Yeah,
and you got that nice thing where
that's
it's
just
like
normality. Was there a life before shitness? I can't remember if there was.
It's when you can compare it to something good that the real that's a loser's
that's the
mentality.
Horrifying thing when you start thinking, when did I feel good? And you can't remember.
You can't be thinking like that.
You can't remember. No, because it's impossible now. Because it's just
thinking.
been. I haven't got that good a memory anyway.
No.
So the only thing I can remember is the last year, and the last year has been this.
Yeah, my memory. That's the thing that all of our memories are pretty fucked. I don't know anyone.
Yours is alright, isn't it?
No, my memory's not great.
I thought you were holding the team for us.
No, I wasn't. That's why I take photos of everything, so I can like remember. But then my iCloud's linked to my dad's. Oh. And it has been for my
mine was a long time, and I took a couple of sex videos at one point, and I then had to go on his computer and delete them.
Wait, how does? Okay,
right.
I'm not sure if I don't. Maybe I don't understand how iCloud works. If you delete them on yours, it deletes on his.
Yeah, but I didn't want to delete them. So I had to, when I was next back at home, I had to go on his on the family computer.
Is this when you go on Pornhub and press download video?
No, they weren't. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No. It was me.
It was me having the sex. Not a stranger.
No. You got it completely wrong.
Horatio,
I was fucking.
You've made a terrible error. You see, the thing you've overlooked there is it was actually me having the sex. No, it was me having the sex. Which I don't know what's worse. It's a fart because it was just me and Dad who shared it. I don't know what
shared it.
No, not the sex. God, we're back.
Even the video.
Yeah. Dad.
My boy shared.
Look at it.
Look at my guy go.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what's worse. On a shared father-son iCloud, is him seeing a video of me having sex or a video that I've downloaded, or if I've downloaded a few videos from like Pornhub.
100% downloaded videos from Pornhub.
Yeah, because you think
100%.
you go from
my friend downloaded
that's terrifying.
My friend downloaded it. It wasn't me. It was a joke thing.
Well, that's harder to say for
when
me.
You're clearly.
It was my friend.
Who's your daddy?
I was just filming it. Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that's filming it, do you?
It wasn't weird. I was just filming.
I was just there, and they asked for some help, and I obliged. No, I think it would be worse if on the shared iCloud porn came up instead, as in internet porn, because why? You'd be scared for your son's life and their sexual life. You'd think they were a freak who's downloading porn videos.
Do you think that's the scariest thing? You think that the fact that he's not streaming but downloading
the fact that
porn.
he's not using the internet correctly. I'd worry for his IT skills. How's he going to get a job in the job market?
No, if you've worked out how to download porn videos straight off Pornhub, that takes more skills than streaming.
I don't think it does.
No,
it?
yes, it does, because streaming on Pornhub,
YouTube
easy.
to MP4.
YouTube, that's still
.com.
that's more than streaming.
More than making your own sex tape.
No. I was saying, you're saying that it's the fear of someone actually downloading a video over streaming it.
Yes,
I thought.
yes.
And the scary thing about seeing someone who's downloaded pornography
is
I'm
takes more
thinking,
effort, yeah.
I'm thinking he's doing it so he can watch in the tube between Wi-Fi's.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Because that
If I saw my son's iCloud, which will be linked with mine, father to
absolutely.
son, it's the foundation.
It is the foundation, and it's the moment that you sever that is the moment that you become a man.
I'm not ready.
Have you still not severed?
No, this is the problem.
I severed only a year ago.
Do you lose everything? I think you lose everything.
I haven't seen that sex tape for a while, to be fair.
No, but you lose all the... So I can't because it's my memory. It is my life.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it's my life.
Well, just no, because the whole point of the cloud is that you download it onto a new device, and then you can just keep it on a device. So you need to download all
then
your
what
shit.
Happens when you lose that device?
You need to create a new iCloud, and then you can put it on
what
that
happens
iCloud.
if that phone gets stolen?
Right. On your laptop,
yeah.
This is now not going to be that interesting. On your laptop, just download all the stuff that you need, keep it on the laptop for a second, create a new iCloud, and then just put it on there. And then you can delete it off your laptop.
Will it be dated?
I don't know. Yes, it will. Sure.
Because it needs to be dated. All right. Well, I need to. It's going to be a long admin day, but it needs to end now.
Maybe you can do it live on air because this is fascinating.
It is. So as long as I can remember, he set me up when I was like 12, 13.
Yeah.
And when none of us really understood Apple, and he was like, "I'll just use my account. It'll be easier." It was not easier.
It was not.
Yeah, it was not.
So what? Is he more of a poster than you?
I'm much more of a poster.
No way.
What, on photos?
Yeah.
I take way more photos.
Yeah. So I thought you said he was.
No, I'm way more.
You're
I'm way
of a
more. But we
poster.
share photos, and it's like I think we're both keeping it PG. I think we've both seen nudes.
Peter Gould is definitely keeping it PG.
Oh yeah. You think he's definitely keeping it PG?
No, sorry. Yeah, as in he's keeping it. He's trying his best to keep it PG.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, and then he's going all over the place because he just travels around the world. So I'm just seeing. I see my dad like twice a year. It's a weird relationship, but then I'll see a picture of him with 3 like Peruvian ladies in a bar in Lima. You know, just like
nice to know he's doing well though. Nice to know he's doing it.
Always with different women.
Always different women. That's a Peter Gould wheel.
Yeah, exactly. And then also my this is a weird thing. My voice notes are part of the iCloud, so they go on his phone as well.
Well, that's terrifying.
So he listens to my stand-up sets because I do it.
Does he give you horrible advice?
He does give me horrible advice, but it's this weird relationship where I don't actually speak to him that much because I'm not great at this sort of texting thing. So I think he just kind of keeps up.
This sort of texting thing. It's
And
just
then-
not my ballpark.
it's just not my
this sort of
ballpark.
texting thing.
And yeah, so he kind of keeps up with me through the iCloud. It's just a very strange
As
modern.
in when you wake up in the morning and complain how bad you're feeling to BB or something, is he there going?
Well, it's like everyone's scared about the NSA
voice notes
watching.
that stay on the phone rather than sent across.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So it's like the voice memos.
Day 4.
But I guess it's funny because even if you send me stuff or other people send me stuff, I send it to my phone. Dad's seeing that.
Dad's seen everything I've sent you.
Dad's seen it all.
Well, even the stuff 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, Dad's seen it all. It's this weird.
With the hot
It's
tub.
a weird thing that people don't know about. It's me, like, just so you know, what you send to me, my dad's going to be looking as well.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Maybe you should get like an auto. On an email, you can get an auto email that sends back when someone first sends you an email.
Yeah, like out
Just
of office
a public
kind of
service
thing.
announcement. Anything
Yeah.
you send to me next.
It
My father will
feels quite insincere of me if I don't have to explain to people. It's like you're getting not into a friendship with me, you get into a friendship with me and my dad.
My dad. We come in as a package deal.
Yes.
I know I'm 24, but I see him twice a year. However, we come together.
Yeah.
If you can't, it's like in films when people say, "Can I have everyone clear the room?" and then one other person stays, and she goes, "Gary, can you leave the room?" Like anything you can say to me, you can say to Gary.
Yeah,
what
that's
you are with your
exactly
dad.
what it is.
Anything you can say to me, you can say to my dad.
I'd love to be that guy in real life, though.
Yeah.
Being like,
Well, we've no-
what's
girls
up?
are
What's up?
sending
Why
you-
is no? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's
Yeah.
like, is your dad good? Yeah, don't worry about my dad.
Yeah.
My dad's just watching.
And then go, anything you can say to me, you can say to my dad. Just having a nice meal at the pub. Something like that. Why is your dad here? Anything!
Stop bringing your dad to everything.
Hey. Yeah.
Bookmark boys.
Bookmark boys.
We've been very bad. We haven't actually been advertising our loyal sponsors, our first sponsors who we'll never forget, even when we're a media conglomerate. Bookmark
They'll
boys.
Still sponsor.
They'll still sponsor, and they'll still pay the same amount. It's fixed. So it doesn't matter how big or how huge the thing, they'll still be paying.
Because we value startup independent businesses.
It's like Rupert Murdoch when he started out his papers in Australia, like the small local papers. If there was like someone who bought a bit of ad in that, him still having to
it's still
like on Fox News, which is drawing in 30 million viewers. He still has to plug it for the tiny amount of money they paid.
Absolutely.
That's what these guys are to us.
Because of the good quality products.
This is great quality, nice quality card.
Beautiful quality card. I've been using mine consistently.
Fantastic drawings.
And hecking hell, they're funny.
They're funny. As I've said many times, it's an ethically sourced small business that we have to support post-COVID.
When you say ethically sourced,
well, it's one person working and she's getting paid fairly, isn't she? I hope so. Unless she's got a sort of a sweatshop sort of thing going on, which we can't know. And if it does, then we respect her more because she's
we'll be the first person to back it with it.
Exactly, because we'll go through thick and thin with these guys.
I mean, they took the risk to become our first sponsors. So we're going to support them through their sweatshop lawsuit, which is bullshit. They have not used sweatshops.
But if they do and they come out and say it, then we support you on the use of sweatshops.
And we never said that they didn't use sweatshops.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, sorry. Oh, is sweatshops bad? You accepted those cheap bookmarks without a care.
Yeah, look how many bookmarks your books have got.
You really care about the children now? Yeah, you won't care about that when you said that's a cheap bookmark.
Convenient much?
Yes. You're about as edgy as a Satsuma, Vince Noir from what's that? Mighty Boosh.
You are blind to reality, and for that I am most proud. Myra Rose, Schitt's Creek. There's us on there.
At Bookmark Boys. Follow them on Instagram.
Follow them on the gram.
And while we're chatting, while we're getting admin,
while we're talking shop,
we need to get 1,000 subscribers by 100 episode, or else
we're done.
We're done.
We're out. We're outie.
We're outie of life. We will kill ourselves live on air.
Live on air on the 100.
Shotgun barrel to the face.
Yeah.
And live stream.
We've got to do it where we manage to kill each other at the same time.
What we would do, if we don't have 1,000 subscribers by 100 ep, because it's taken a ridiculously long time. We've been on like 970 for way too long.
There was a mad spike.
Yeah.
And then they decided, all of you have just decided to stop subscribing when we got to like 950.
Yeah, so we've been edging. It's been this nightmare edging scenario where we want to just get over 1,000 subs.
Look, we're in chastity and we want to come.
We want to come. Let us come. And as soon as we reach 1,000 subscribers, we will do the mother load of all comes.
Let daddies come.
Let daddy come.
Let daddy come.
Let daddy come. What we'll do if we don't get it is we'll start a YouTube live stream. And we'll set it all up, and then we'll blow our brains out, and we'll leave it on.
It on that.
So someone has to come and turn off the live stream. So it's just going to be this horrendous live stream.
Horrible, yeah. Well,
but I just realised it's very
both of our flatmates, who both subscribe.
Yeah. I just also realised a quite dark thing that you can only live stream when you have over 1,000 subs.
Even better. No, just do it. But come on, I think it's also a nice. Although it's been too long, it's also a nice point of kind of it's poetic in some ways that we get to our 100th ep and we'll finally have 1,000 subscribers.
Yes,
you know, it all adds up. It's poetic sense, poetic justice.
Poetic justice.
And you don't want to see the boys murder themselves or we can murder each other.
When I didn't have a chance to talk to you about it, but when I was away in Spain before I came back for a brief period, you said you spent a day at Extinction Rebellion.
Yes. I spent it wasn't really a day, because my friend...
We've got a hippie friend.
We have a hippie friend.
You know, hummus, hair,
leaves of various regards.
Yeah.
And she... The only way you can often see her nowadays is by going along to a hippie event.
Yeah. If you want to hang out with a generally lovely friend, you have to join in with the crazies.
The last time I saw her, I took part in a salsa dancing class.
You've got to.
You've got to.
She's just one of those friends.
I know.
If you want to hang with me, you've got to be, sacrificing a goat.
If you want to hang with me,
god.
There's something you have to know. I like my clothes, hemp,
and my planet cool.
Could have made it rhyme. I was working on the rhyme. That could have been better. No, so so naturally the only way I was able to see her for the first time in a while was to go to the endings of Extinction Rebellion, which was just a fascinating day out, to be honest. Because I was thinking I was going to go there because most of the Extinction Rebellions would be massive. And of course, I agree with the causes and the aims of it in the most part. But you've seen the massive ones that go around London, and it gets quite intense. I think it's the thing that I might struggle with protest has been so sincere. It doesn't come naturally to me to be incredibly sincere about a cause. I'd always want to be about, oh God, what are we doing? Eh?
Yeah.
So I was, thinking, is it going to be like that? However, it wasn't. It was a much smaller branch of Extinction Rebellion doing a smaller protest. So they were camped outside the Bank of England, demanding that the head of the Bank of England comes out.
Hilarious.
Yeah, great.
That's kind of old school style.
Yeah. Come out.
Yeah.
Come out. I thought at one point I could see him just peeking through the curtain.
What do they want the King of the Bank of England?
The King of the Bank of England.
What do they want him to do?
It was all about stopping the government investing in any kind of fossil fuel or oil burning kind of tech companies. It was all about how the government invests money.
Sure.
Needless to say, they didn't come out. What's his name? Carney or something. That might be wrong. But then there was what happened next. It was just a fascinating thing just to see the discourse surrounding it. And it's just like they're the most...
Were you scared that you were going to get called for a vox pop?
A what?
When someone has a mic and says, that's what I'm scared of. It's like, often I want us to go to these things because I want to soak up the vibes. But I'm not normally... With a lot of these issues, I'm slightly more nuanced a lot of the time than like the hardcore, this is like... So I'd be scared that, someone would be like, you're on this thing, what do you think? The kind of... And I'd be like, oh, I don't...
Oil is bad. Gas, no. No. So that's the thing. You need to remember that we're handling and you're walking with hippies.
Yeah.
So it was very much, let's all get into groups and discuss what we want to do next.
Yeah.
Because the funniest thing about groups that don't want any centralized power is that they make so much effort to show that they don't have any centralized power. There's meant to be no leaders. There clearly are a few leaders.
You got it.
But they were trying to, so they were slowly realizing.
You find that out in the second meeting, by the way. When you look at the history of any anarchism, you find out when you do, we'll have no leaders.
Oh, that guy's in charge.
And then we'll be like, the second meeting, we're going to have someone.
Yeah.
It's always the second meeting. First meeting,
we'll have
no
someone
leaders.
to oversee the democratic decisions.
We'll have someone who chooses who lives and dies is the third meeting.
Yeah.
Then Gulags is fourth.
It's incredibly obvious who the leaders are. But like they were getting to a point where they're realizing the head of the Bank of England might not come out. So they had to then work out what they wanted to do next. And then what followed...
The deputy head of the Bank of England.
Oh, fuck it. Just bring out a cleaner.
Someone.
Stop investing in carbon, invest in technology. No. So what then followed was a school-esque like thing where everyone was arranged. You had to get into little groups, and then they'd all come up and take turns on the microphone saying what their group thought they wanted to do, as in terms of the next stages of the protest, which is quite sweet. But again, one guy led that.
Yeah.
There was you feel like it lost a bit of time and a bit of because also what they're doing, there was like a good 50 odd police standing either side of it. So what you also, for the kind of shock effect of a protest, the disruptive effect of the protest, when you've got Moira from West Sussex coming up and saying, we think that we should go around the back of the bank in England and storm the gates. Doesn't really work when you're saying it on a microphone that loudly in front of the police who were just writing down notes. Well, these are the options that they're going to do. And then the non-leader goes, okay, so I think we're going to go around the back and storm the gates.
Did you go to storm the gates?
No, storm the gates wasn't an option.
Okay.
Sadly, I did make that up for comedic effect.
Okay.
No, but it was more that there were people that were there who had been arrested previously and they were in breach of their bail or something. So they had to get them away from it and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But what my favorite moment was a man rocked up in a white lab coat and he looked the spitting image of Dr. Doofenstein from Phineas and Ferb.
Okay, yeah.
As in immediately. And he had his own megaphone.
Okay.
And he started now
Doofenstein.
Dr. Doofenstein, yeah. And he or is it Doofenshmirtz? I'm not really sure. I'm honestly not clear. If anyone wants to clear that up for me, that'd be great. He arrives, and he has an Extinction Rebellion sticker on, and he was there, and he started having an argument with the people on the microphone. So there started to be a bit of back and forth between the guy on the mic and the protester of the protest. Yeah. And he started, to be fair, he got a laugh out of me because he came out and went, "You really fucking think the head of the Bank of England is going to, you guys are mental." And for a minute, it was a bit like a stand-up routine. It was a bit like crowd work because he was just going in, and there were people like running over to him, trying to because it's a non-violent protest, of course, but they were trying to dismantle him with his words, but they're too peaceful to just rip the thing off him. So he one man interrupted a hell of a lot of the protest.
That's probably, with they are quite susceptible, peaceful protesters to
disruption.
To disruption.
Exactly. And because you have to make a decision with the small groups before you can say, should we try and shut this man down? He's already done it.
The only way you can really do it is sort of tie yourself to his leg or something, a sort of like a tree hugging technique.
Which is what someone did, actually. They stood in front with a cardboard sign saying, "The man behind me is an eco-fascist." And I was and the left have to stop using the word fascism willy-nilly.
Yeah.
That man was not an eco-fascist.
Was he an eco-Nazi?
Well, so Zafir actually ended up talking to him. So it turns out that this man, it's a really hard thing to try and exactly state what he believes in, because I thought he was saying that his headline was, "You guys give extinction a bad name."
Okay.
I like it already.
Good.
I'm interested in what he's saying already. I thought he was kind of going for the whole nature is a self-correcting force and humans are the plague of the planet at the moment. So climate change is just part of getting rid of that negative force in our world. Therefore, to recreate, nature's going to be fine. We need to get rid of humans.
Okay.
It wasn't that.
Sort of like Mother Nature's genocide.
Exactly. Mother Nature genocide. Fuck humans. If nature's fine, let's just... It's almost accelerationism.
Yeah.
A bit like that, but for nature. But it was more that he just... Because he wasn't madly... He was quite anti-capitalist and was saying that, I don't know, he was talking about, the people on the top and all these CEOs and everything, saying that they were bad.
The big cheeses.
The big cheeses of big cheese are bad. Matt weirdly against big cheese. But then that instead, basically that he was coming out and saying it's futile in some ways, which is a really interesting thing to put a white lab coat on, drive a few miles to go to try and disrupt a protest with a megaphone to just say, what you guys are doing is pointless, it's never going to work. If you're confident it's not going to work, why are you there?
Yeah.
Why are you there saying this isn't going to work?
But then does he support the
He doesn't support anything. He was kind of some form of odd nihilist I've never come across before. But then so why are you here? What's the point of being here if all you're doing is saying what you're doing is gonna fail? He was basically there to say what you're doing is pointless.
Well, yeah. What are your views on Extinction Rebellion? Because I can't really work out how they're doing.
Well, they're not doing amazingly.
No.
But you can't... I think it's really important.
Yeah, you got to have someone saying it.
Yeah, well, did you see there was stuff
Did you see the guy come on, I think with Andrew Neil, and there's an interview with, I think maybe the head of Extinction Rebellion.
Hey, not the head. Not the head, the overall supervisor for
The least low.
Yeah.
And he just, he wasn't compromising at all. He was like, we need to ban all flights.
All flights, yeah.
We stop all flying, and Andrew Neil was obviously having an absolute field day, and it's this is a tough sell, guys. I would at least be ramping it up.
The thing is,
I felt renewable, paying 5p for the bags. It's let's just keep doing one by one,
step by step.
Yeah.
No, the problem is, banning all flights. Yeah. Well, the problem is with it is a lot of scientists are saying, we've already passed the point of no return. So. There is absolutely, I agree with Extinction Rebellion's general ethos and their methods of that. There needs to be a complete and utter radical shift in how we do things immediately because of how close we are to the deadline where we're already fucked and there's irreversible change and damage.
But do you feel deep down it's not
sad
going to be as
and
bad?
alone?
It's not going to be as bad as they say.
Not at all. You're already seeing it, man.
Yeah.
If you look, there was the ICC climate report thing recently. It was an absolute catastrophe. There was twice as many days over 50 degrees Celsius last year as there was this year as there was last year.
Yeah, and we had a shit summer.
The wildfires, the confusing weather we're having here, it's completely happening as we speak, and it's absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
The problem is banning all flights, because when you say something like that on the national media, you think, oh, I still want to go on holiday. The problem isn't with the individual consumer. There's a problem with consumption in general as an overall nation and global economy.
I guess we've got
the
to wait.
problem is with the businesses.
I guess we've got to wait for Elon to make a plane that doesn't pollute.
And we don't have time for that.
Do we not have time? And surely he can't have something.
We don't have time for Muskie Boy to do all this shit.
So we have. I guess the sad realization is for us to stop, to become really eco-friendly as a country, we've got to become unbelievably British in the sense that we don't leave the country very often at all. Yeah. We only eat shit grown here. Yeah. Like a lot of like cuisines are out the window. Yeah, so we sort of need to go back. We sort of need to go back to the fucking 1800s.
Exactly.
And like go to like the Victorian age. It's this weird
the
contradiction.
Racists might have something.
Yeah,
have something right.
Exactly.
They might be onto something.
It's this weird contradiction, which is like the kind of most ethical society we can build here is like stop, but like loads of people coming in, stop flights. It's all boats, or even that, and have to buy British, eat British.
Exactly.
It's like,
well, yeah, because it's the move away from globalization into more communal societies.
Yeah, and it's a shame that it's like pineapples.
Racists have given them a bad name.
Exactly.
Societies. Right.
Yeah, because you just keep thinking about all the shit you'd be missing out on. Like.
But a lot of it isn't pineapples, and I think that's important to state now. A lot of it isn't pineapple. Okay, pineapples can still exist. No, but it's mostly to do with, it's all because that is the lie of the climate change narrative, is that it's all about what you're buying, what Horatio Gould and Andrew KIRWAN are going out to the shops and buying, and how they source their food and how they source their clothing. Those contribute to it. And boycotting companies in that way can help to it. Most of it is in like it's the oil industry. It's these industries that the way
but they're polluting in different ways, because it's like
the ways of like pure primary resource economics and business are the worst. Like something like 70% of the global emissions.
Yeah, emissions, but that's one problem. There's the plastic things. It's like when everyone says it's not like this, everyone's added. It's not like you tot it all up. It's loads of different reasons.
Yeah, but some of them are worse. Which global warming is the worst thing in climate change right now.
It's true. I mean,
it is.
I mean, the UK will come out climate-wise will be one of the best defended in it.
Best defended
in the sense that it's not because the weather's pretty shit. It's just going to get slightly nicer. Isn't it?
Just a bit.
There's nothing. We're not going to have.
We are an island though. Rising sea levels.
Yeah.
Floods are happening more often, particularly in the
I guess you can have that. I guess because it's not like Bangladesh, which is just going to be underwater.
I think the best place you want to be is like Germany. No, that's not good.
Is Germany not good?
No, I'm trying to think what's like. You want to be in like
but
mainland
you want to be up north,
Europe.
Canada,
not too close to the sea.
middle of Canada, I reckon.
The middle of Canada, you're probably okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best thing we can do for survival technique is to move the most central to a country possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Avoid floods.
So that's why he's going to the Midlands.
We need to go to the Midlands. We had a trick going to Warwick Uni.
It's true. Elsewhere in the news, the Met Gala happened. Was that 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Which is what do you think about the spectacle of the Met Gala anyway? Do you have any interest in it in general as a thing?
I have a moderate interest in it. I don't have a particular one because, to be honest, I don't know fashion. No. I don't know high fashion.
But I like looking at the dresses sometimes.
Why? Because the titties?
No, not because the titties. No, because you can find titties
on the internet. On your dad's iCloud.
On your dad's iCloud, you can find titties. No, it's just fun seeing like someone you've seen wearing a fucking like colander on their head,
a fedora.
Yeah, or just like.
Well, I think I think the ultimate fashion statement would to be wearing dad baggy jeans, Converse, a fat fish t-shirt, and a fedora.
Fat fish t-shirt.
Or weird fish.
But then like put your hands in your pockets and pose like
that. I think people will go nuts for it.
I don't think they'll go nuts for it.
As in going out of, because that seems to be what fashion is doing or moving further towards at the moment, is just being completely out of whack.
Yeah, but then I think you'd be like the guy who's too cool to dress up for the Halloween party and everyone's made it. It's like, make it,
No, because you've gone so far the other way. It's not like you haven't made any effort. You've made an effort to source a weird fish t-shirt.
Okay, yeah.
You've made an effort into look the most unstylish possible. Yeah. And that in itself It's fashion.
Yeah, with Velcro sandals and stuff like
Horatio,
that.
that goes without saying. No, what are the...
Zip-offs that you do on the catwalk.
You're
and you throw them out to the adoring fans.
Weirdly, I think you're getting into too stylish with throwing off zip-offs. I think that starts to be quite sick. What's the multi-terrain shoe?
Multi-terrain?
Or just like aqua shoe?
The shoes that breathe?
Yeah.
Geox?
Well, they're the ones you can go in the sea with.
Oh, you just water... Yeah.
Water shoes. Yeah. Sea shoes. I think sea shoes and then just like white socks.
Yeah.
And then I want fat dad jeans.
Yeah.
But not like trendy fat jeans.
No, just genuine.
The ones that are completely straight down and then drag a bit on the floor and are a bit ripped at the bottom with the white tassels hanging off.
Yeah.
What was your... What do you think about the Met Gala?
Obviously, I mean, everyone is always like, it's just this parade of rich people, and it sucks for all those reasons. But I'm also like a bit, as my view with a lot of high fashion, it's like, and moralizing these things that are fairly immoral, it's kind of like, for people who like fashion and for, generally women who read the magazines, it's kind of like similar to football in some ways. Sometimes it's just like nice to have an escapism thing.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not as openly against... the system should change. It's trash. Whatever. Obviously.
Do you mean like capitalism?
Yeah. Obviously, it should change. It's trash. But in the meantime,
let's
I'm not too like on my high horse about it, because it's like, I do also think people like having sort of fantasy elites to aspire to, and I think I still think you can have like aspirational things. Maybe they're not the right aspirations, but I do just sometimes think that people over egg it on the kind of thing. I'm like,
pick your fights.
Yeah, and it's just like,
I've never really.
I think it's like the Oscars. It's like Oscars. Of course, it's dumb, but if people like seeing the dresses and the glitz and the glamour,
whatever,
and yes, it's elite, and yes, it's hard, but that's why people like it, because it's like aspirate. Oh, can you imagine?
And I think it's almost it's a circus in some ways.
Yeah.
Look at these people as look at them as clowns rather than aspirational beings.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a lack of self-esteem when you're looking at Kim K in that black morph suit.
Yeah, and I
because it's high-end fashion that's so ridiculous to our individual, our day-to-day lives.
I mean, I quite like
him go out.
I like the way she did look like. It was funny seeing her next to, I think it was next to Kendall Jenner, who was wearing quite a tradition. She did look, I guess on her own, she looked quite cool.
Yeah.
But when you saw her next to any other woman who's dressed remotely normal, she looked ridiculous.
It didn't work. It was very much a solo piece.
It really showed. She looked really short and like...
She looked tiny.
It was really odd.
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah.
Was she meant to be with Kanye? Was Kanye...
Well, because are they getting back together?
I don't know. It's weird.
There's something going on.
There was. I saw a post that it didn't really look like Kanye. It didn't look like Kanye's nose. We've seen Kanye in a lot of different masks.
Yeah, I didn't read enough. I guess the two kind of pressure points was the Cara Delevingne and the AOC. And I guess that's where I get pissed off and have always done. But it made me sad because it was like, I got pissed off at that stuff like 5 years ago, and it just felt so weird. Like, if she had a Black Lives Matter one on, or something like end racism, it'd at least be like a new thing. It'd feel like of the time,
Yeah.
But the patriarchy was like Emma Watson 2011 sort of, and it's like, this is that sad thing of culture sort of eating itself, where it's like, oh my, I'm getting annoyed at the same shit. The Met Gala repeats every year, and it's always ridiculous outfit. And now you've got Cara Delevingne, who's one of the most frustrating and ridiculous people, and I love her for it.
Sure, because she provides a lot of content.
She provides a lot of content.
Entertainment. There's no entertainment comes from frustration quite a lot. She's like Jameela Jamil.
She is like Jameela Jamil, but she's not as smart as Jameela Jamil. So there's something I quite like about her, and she's lived a much more closeted existence than Jameela Jamil. Yeah. So she's even worse.
She might be the definition of performative.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that she's a really posh white woman who comes from old money, and then she's picked up as a model young.
Yeah.
And then saw that feminism was now the thing, and so just doubles down on it. But it's like, I find it so funny with her saying "paid the patriarchy" when it's like, I don't know many women who've benefited from the patriarchy more, and she hasn't done anything radical to go against the patriarchy.
Oh no, other than wear outfits.
Wear outfits. It's just like,
but she's spreading the word.
She's spreading the word to peg the patriarchy. It's the most turbo cringe shit I've ever seen.
It's also it sounds powerful when you first say it, but it's also quite anti-gay. As if there's something wrong with being, as if there's something wrong with being pegged.
Okay, I guess so.
Do you know what I mean? Peg the patriarchy is saying that, you know, it's embarrassing the patriarchy. It's a form of humiliation. Well, what's wrong with anal penetration of the male?
I think anal, if you said straight anal, would still be used as a sodomize the patriarchy.
No, but it's about the penetration of the male bumhole.
Not necessarily.
Pegging.
No, don't put that out, bro. Not necessarily. You know, my ex was trying to peg me.
Yeah, and you're a cuck for not doing it.
I was a cuck. She said I was homophobic because I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but like there's a bit of an odd sentiment there. Is it's like the idea of penetration having been demonized by the patriarchy.
You think pegging's demonized by the patriarchy?
Yeah, and she's
maybe they're getting their own back then.
Well, but then the whole point of
what about bum the patriarchy? That
could work. Could work.
That would be a much better.
Yeah,
bum the patriarchy.
Bum the patriarchy. No, because the whole point is saying peg. Well, what if the patriarchy enjoys it?
Yeah, that's what we might find out.
That's what we might find out.
I'm sure Kara's got a huge battle plan. I'm sure this is just the start of. This is the beginning of. You know, this is
her hunting down.
This is
CEOs.
Lennon arriving in Helsinki. This is the start.
It really is, and I'm excited to be a part of. However,
she's got you think Extinction Rebellion was called? Wait till Cara Delevingne starts pegging the patriarchy.
But the patriarchy would turn around and say, "Oh, you know what? I actually like that."
Yeah, of course they will, because the patriarchy's flexible and it moves
around.
Like, hence why burping out Cara Delevingne with a peg the patriarchy thing is the patriarchy just flexing its muscles. It's like a beautiful bit of satire.
It's such a clear expression of the patriarchy itself.
Yeah, it's literally like the patriarchy's like, and then spat out.
There she is. It was Cara.
It's Cara with the peg the
patriarchy. Why not?
We have talked about it on the podcast about when she shaved her head, haven't we?
Yeah,
we have.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we talked about it. I'm
sure we have a lot. Because it's saying like what she's saying is let's help men find their G spot.
Yeah,
let's find the patriarchy find their G spot. So I think the patriarchy is going to get a hell of a lot worse from here.
Yeah, because
they're going to realize what pleasure is.
We don't want that.
We don't want that.
And then less bad, but still frustrating, was that AOC taxed the rich. I respected that she got a wedding dress off like a bargain bin type thing. Apparently,
it meant to be a wedding dress? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like she got like a cheap wedding dress. Apparently.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like.
So it wasn't because I found it.
Because obviously you couldn't do. Well, I don't know who did. Someone did. I think Natalie Portman did that like $10,000 dress that had some like a message about sexism and stuff, and it was like so expensive it was just seemed a bit gross.
You can't get a Vivienne Westwood. That's someone that
that's someone.
And then say my
what would your Vivienne Westwood?
The best thing to do is we're like, stop EU fishing tax.
I mean, that would be hilarious. If
Stop
you wore
the
a white
0.5% rise on VAT.
And you had that in red written on the white red.
Written in blood. Your own blood.
You come out, you're missing one finger, and you're like, you collapse out of, you collapse on the red carpet. Like,
I'll die for this.
Paramedics are around you.
I will die for this cause.
Blood.
Give horses medals at the Olympics.
There's all the people are speaking. It's like, yeah, no, it's been a lovely day. It's so excited to be here. And you just see in the background, give horses medals at the Olympics.
Shit, I realise if we ever get invited to the Met Gala, that's exactly.
We go. Boys Gone Wild host.
Boys Gone Wild host. Us there in the dad uniforms of 2008 ish, and then we give horses medals. That's perfect satire. That's a double header.
That's a double.
That's a double header satire.
That's what we. That's in this industry. That's all you.
If anyone that is going to be invited to the Met Gala at any point,
have a plus one
podcast. Just take that idea. I want to see it done. I want to see it done more than to get credit for that idea. Go there in purposely unfashionable clothing and a purposely pointless political message.
Yeah,
that's like the South Park guys on the red carpet, but better.
Yeah, it is. Even better. The thing with AOC, because I really liked at the beginning, because she's a really annoying mix between being like genuine leftist, but then having sort of liberal aesthetics or like way of being.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She started with grassroots politics, all good. She's from like she's not from like a political family, and she does all of that stuff. And she has genuine leftist ideas. She's not far off Sanders. But then the way she presents that is through. She's taken like woke centrism and used that way of expressing ideas, which is unbelievably nauseating for basically everyone who's working class.
Yeah.
And me.
And you.
Working class and me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not sure where I stand on that.
And there's just that kind of like, it was too Yas Queen, it was too Slay, it was too Girl Boss. And it's like, tax the rich, fine. And unlike Cara Delevingne, at least she's like genuinely trying to do something practical about it in her day job.
She's trying to tax the rich.
She is, to be fair to her.
We have to give her that.
I'm
not sure how much Cara Delevingne's trying to peg the patriarchy. If we're being honest.
It's just recently, I think she's getting into that sort of echo chamber of people who applaud that sort of. It's like Jamila Jamil with better politics, but it's the same way of expressing it.
Absolutely, and so it's not necessarily the content of the message or the end goal of the message that they're trying to say. It's the ways in which they communicate it.
Yeah, and it's also
nauseating is the right word.
And it's just like,
let's give it a rest card.
Any normal person to see that sort of message at the Met Gala, it just doesn't. If she'd gone into the Met Gala and started just like messy drunk, trashy. Yeah. So I'm saying that she's got like she's dyed her hair blonde. She's like, she just looks like trashy as shit, like proper like Brits Abroad, Magaluf, and she's just starting fights in the toilets.
Absolutely.
She's just like calling out everyone's bullshit.
Yes.
She's got tax the rich written on her in red lipstick, spelt wrong.
Spelt wrong.
And she's just like starting shit.
Letters.
And another thing. Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, you've really crashed that thing. Yeah. But she was small talking, she was schmoozing, she was networking. Of course she was. She was networking.
Probably some quite prominent members of the patriarchy.
Yeah, exactly. And also people who it's politics. She's learning how to run White House. She needs friends in high places.
Yeah.
And they need someone progressive who they can hide behind. So, but that's how you got to do it. You got to get you rock up, you get airlifted in, you just crash right down on the red carpet, and you just start throwing hands.
I think I agree.
You want the photo to be of you pissed, being dragged out by security. Your like vagina showing.
You've wet
yourself.
Of course.
Your pants. You don't have pants on, Andrew.
Oh, you don't have pants on.
You don't have pants on.
My apologies.
You're wearing like a short skirt with no pants on, so it's one of those shots where you're being.
Is the wig coming out?
You're being dragged out, and it's been blurred out on the front page.
But you can't blur out the wee that's going projectile outwards. Yeah, no, I'm seeing the vision now.
Tax the rich, Daily Mail front cover, then
that's how you. It goes back to our idea of protesting. It's the same kind of thing as the Extinction Rebellion guys letting the police hear their tactics. It's the same thing as AOC going to the Met Gala and engaging normally.
Do you think the rich are going to be like, oh my god, they're going to start taxing?
No, what it is it's not protesting effectively. It's not having that element of chaos and disruption that you need.
Yeah.
It's mingling whilst having a serious message on your back. The Extinction Rebellions were mingling with the police.
So true. There's something hilarious
Nibbling on hors d'oeuvres. Nibbling on hors d'oeuvres whilst talking to Paul Rudd or something.
It's true. You can't just have a blatant...
But I would like to tax you more.
You can't have this blatant message written in there, and you're mingling. You can't be mingling.
You can't be mingling. You've got to have some sort of chaotic element, or what's the fucking point? Such is the definition of performativity.
It's not a protest if you're mingling. It's
not a protest.
You can't have a mingle protest.
You can't, because it's exactly the same as Extinction Rebellion. It was all too nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've had many more disruptive things that have been, more disruptive. But that was just. You need to keep some cards close to your chest and then give a surprise of, oh my god, I've just disrupted you.
You gotta have like
you've got to have the wild card.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, it needs to be your protest. Should have a narrative arc of like a trashy heist film. It needs to have those kind of like, you thought that was it, but this, bang, bang, bang. You need to have a lot of surprises. What, he was working for him? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You need a lot of that. I'm saying the only way you can mingle protest, because I've just been thinking about it. Yeah. I reckon you can mingle protest if you start mingling protest. This is not much of a protest. Oh yeah, well I've just put laxatives in everyone's drink. At the same time, everyone just starts shitting mentally. Like that is an image that would ruin the rich. There's photos of like Kim Kardashian just in her black suit, just shitting her brains out. They're just like, can you imagine?
What an incredible way to go.
Exactly. Emily Blunt is just like shivering. And she just...
Are you saying AOC's doing this, or is it Cara Delevingne?
No, I hope it's Cara Delevingne.
I hope it's Cara Delevingne.
Just everyone's just
the more abstract the goal. Imagine getting arrested for for roofing and putting laxatives in, spiking the entirety of the Met Galas.
Lewis Hamilton is
with Lewis Hamilton's running out. I don't even know many people
I don't know. There's probably like maybe 30 bathrooms there, maybe 50. It's a
There's
big
not
event.
enough to cope with everyone.
Everyone's just fighting over a toilet
Fighting
sink.
over it.
In the sinks, everyone's just shitting.
More importantly, there's not enough exits away from the press.
It's true.
We're going to see at least...
There's loads of press.
We're going to see at least 50 celebrities.
And then I would like... because all the security guards have been done as well, and then I'd take back the barrier and let the press run in.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
That's Pulitzer Prize winning photography.
It is.
That's like the people who photographed 9/11.
It really is. It really is.
Seeing that history
really
unfold.
Yeah, it really is. I think I'd also, as an added thing, I'd have maybe AOC and Cara Delevingne working together. AOC spiking the drinks. And,
so there's
and
the rich
Cara
and
Delevingne, once they all start setting in, she's just standing there with all the toilet paper. And then just runs out.
Are you going to be part of the patriarchy? I swear.
Okay, good.
One sheet.
There
one
you go.
sheet.
I mean, part of the cynic in me in terms of fashion and everything, I'm sure it's true. But, well, actually, no, it's a bit like Conor McGregor and Machine Gun Kelly. Did you see that whole fucking thing on the red carpet?
Was that on the VMAs?
Yeah.
So Megan Fox and that. Sorry, you said.
Well, no, he just it was It is a shame because Conor McGregor does just seem to inexplicably could get in a fight with...
And Machine Gun Kelly. Okay.
Yeah. Because Conor McGregor can seem to just get in a fight with a fucking lamppost nowadays.
But now he's not winning fights. He's now just doing media stuff.
He's now just doing media stuff. But there was an altercation between the two of them where
he punched an old man in a pub.
He did, and that wasn't... That was
all... Everyone was like, Conor McGregor fans like, yeah, he starts on anyone. And then he punched an old guy. He's like,
oh, mate, you could really tell he was just a fucking local. He was just a regular at that pub. It was probably like 1 p.m. on a Tuesday. And he goes in there because he's a retired alcoholic.
He's Irish. He has a lot of feelings.
That's going to be me.
That's probably your granddad.
It probably is. He's dead, but that'll be him. It would be him. It would be him.
I'm sorry. I should have checked in with you after that story.
No, so it's like just what? No, I mean, MMA fighters might have the best ability in our society to not be cancelled. Because who's going to cancel them? Yeah. And also, what do they expect from them?
I'm a dirtbag who does fights. So what have you got on me?
What have you got on me? Yeah. Exactly. So,
it's like Manny Pacquiao when they found out he had homophobic opinions. Or you'd be like he was born dirt poor in the Philippines and he fought his way to the top. Where you think he's going to have a woke opinion?
Oh, but he doesn't think Americans should be able to adopt Chinese kids. I'm not.
Was that?
No, it was a joke. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
No, there was no really.
It seemed weirdly specific.
Because I was trying to think of something quite small and gay. I wasn't just thinking we should have equal marriage. It was the specificity comedy.
Yeah, the wires got crossed there.
Yeah. But no, they got into some sort of altercation, which apparently was about Machine Gun. Conor McGregor wanted to take a picture with Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly refused because he didn't like him, and then there was a shit that went off. And then there's a video of them throwing a beer at him. And then, like, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, like, hurriedly hurrying off.
Yeah, I'd hurry
to
off.
the side. I would hurry off. Because the thing is, because there was genuine fear in Megan Fox's eyes.
If I was Megan Fox and
my
boyfriend's pissed off Conor McGregor, Conor McGregor's just classed as an 8-year-old man. Do you think he will think twice about Megan Fox?
Megan Fox is in the fire.
Megan Fox will get clarted.
I also like to think that Megan Fox only calls him Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly, no, come on. Machine Gun Kelly, that is Conor McGregor. Machine Gun Kelly, stop.
Calls him Handgun Kelly in a fight.
Machine Gun Kelly, come. Machine Gun Kelly, come on, you're going to get hurt.
Calls him Bazooka Kelly in bed and Pistol Kelly during a fight.
I'd love to agree with you, but no. It's Machine Gun Kelly all the time. Oh, Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly.
It's the same.
Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly, come here right now. Fucking hell, Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh yeah, Machine Gun Kelly.
I love you, Machine Gun Kelly.
Well, I think there's been...
What's his real name? Kelly? Who fucking cares?
Who cares? I think there's...
I bet it's Conrad.
We've all had like a... It's, as I was saying with Cara Delevingne with the Peg the Patriarchy, it was like a weird blast back to 2011. Megan Fox coming back into the... That was our era. That was us coming up.
She was my biggest celebrity crush.
Yeah, that's your type all over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can
look
say.
Slightly like you might do if they were drawing a really hot woman, you know, the black.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The dark hair, the brunette eyes.
Yeah.
It's the
close enough to your sister.
Yeah, close enough to his mum and sister. That's how Freud works, man. You don't tell me you don't fancy your mum, bitch. Fuck you.
I won't.
I won't.
You know I won't.
It's true, and it's funny how everyone denies that. When everyone tells you
I've
about
seen your girlfriend. Okay? I've seen your mum.
It's not that you want to fuck your mum. Of course you don't. But when everyone says what their type is, is that
Milky?
exactly like your mother? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Such is how the mind works, sadly. Because why we? Okay, I'm not going to go into that.
Let's not go into Freud. But
Let's not go into Freud.
So there's also the machine gun thing. Machine Gun Kelly and Courtney
Machine Gun
Cox.
Kelly, you're on your final warning.
But I think, yeah, it has been interesting seeing her back in the
limelight.
back in the line because she didn't do many films.
Transformers.
Yeah, no.
She didn't do many films. Yeah, no.
And then she did Jennifer's Body. I never saw.
No, she didn't. That was the end of her heyday.
Yeah.
Jennifer's Body was actually massive.
Yeah.
That's what everyone remembers.
But she's having
Megan
a
Fox
comeback,
for.
and I'm happy for it.
But is she having
And
a
she's
comeback
having a
via...
really openly sexual relationship. Like she posted something about a picture of a table in an Airbnb, and he says the things this table has seen, implying she's been fucked up against that table. And I'm like, okay, so she's outwardly just saying,
Megan.
yeah, which I think is cooler for women to do. I just don't think it's cool.
If Machine Gun Kelly.
No.
The things this footstool has seen doesn't really work.
Yeah.
And well, I think the power element goes into it as well. It's a bit nasty. But no, you're right. And I feel bad because I had an infatuation with Megan Fox for a long time because she's gorgeous and she's exactly my type. But then
And smart.
or woman
Or they.
or men. But I feel like I've only really. It seemed like maybe that love was shallow and hollow because
Maybe.
I mean, it was
around the same time it was someone from Hollyoaks as well was in the roster.
Georgie Porter.
Yeah.
Saw her on the TV the other day accidentally. I stayed on for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an old flame.
An old flame. I was like, well, all right, go on then. What's your character up to now then, Georgie? Not much. Hollyoaks is hilarious. There's some TikTok things going around of the worst acting that has ever been on the TV, even bad for soaps.
And how do you? Because you're a strong judge of this kind of thing.
Yes.
So do you think it holds up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is astonishing. Look up like the Hollyoaks. It's doing the rounds on social media, but look up. There's a bit where because he's trying to be a bad guy, he's playing like a bad character.
Yeah.
And he tries to be sinister. They're having a meeting with him and his accomplice in like in a park. So he tries to be sinister by standing on the roundabout and pushing himself around the roundabout. And the delivery is horrendous. It's great. Look up Hollyoaks bad acting and you'll see him. Although there might be quite a lot of internet searches for that other than Georgie Porter, our loving queen.
Thanks for listening. It's good to be back where I belong, in a slightly unhealthy relationship with my audience, our audience. So it feels good to be back with the same sort of need for like consistent validation and that sort of feeling again of always being slightly like a low level of. So I'm happy to be back, and we'll probably do another long run.
Every YouTube like is a step away from the bridge for Horatio.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm all right. I don't have that weird a relationship with you guys.
I bear the brunt of the weight. But subscribe, like Bookmark Boys, who bring the bookmark noise, and subscribe to the Patreon. We'll be back on the Patreon with stuff. The holiday's over. The work begins. It's autumn.
Get ready.
It's fall.